Hey, what's up, party people? John, Half-Ass Gaming here. Playing hooky. Called out on a Friday. Called out on a Friday, indeed. And you think I'd have something better to do than play video games? Tabletop war game simulations on a Friday where I'm playing hooky, but I don't. Um, Cause I'm a loser, baby. Why don't you kill me? No, it's all good. It's gloomy outside. It's cold. It's still winter, and like I wanted to produce some content today, and I thought I would just screw around with BCS Battle of Luneville. Um, this is where people start off, dude. Let me talk about my BCS experience. So me and BCS, I'm fully committed. I've already talked about how much I think it's cool as shit. BCS is just totally the bomb. Innovative. Throw every adjective you have. I love it. I would rate I would rate my knowledge of BCS right now as a solid. It's increasing. It's increasing every time I get experience or exposed to it, whether it's playing someone who knows more, watching other people's videos, reading the rule book, or just screwing around with it. It's like I'm picking up little things here and there. I would say right now, I'm trying to get a good picture. I would say right now that I'm at 60%. I would say now I'm over half. I'm like 60% on this game. And yeah, I would say that I'm 60%. I have that much knowledge of BCS that I could play. I could play another novice, and and the thing is, I have played other novices, and I really suck at this game. I'm god awful. I'm not comfortable with it. Can I screw around, pick up the rule books, and fight my way through it just to have knowledge to play the game? Yeah, but I just like don't have enough to whip anybody's ass in this game. So here's where we are, and I thought I would get on StreamYard today because I'm bored and just go ahead and run through a few activations. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to run through a few activations. And what happens is that when I play this, basically what happens is as the forces congregate around Luneville, that's when it gets difficult for me and I bog right the hell down. And then like I'm stuck in a rule book and I need help. Okay, as the forces move in on the town, city, whatever the hell it is. So let's go ahead and get that point, and I'm just going to call it a day after like 3 or 4 activations. We'll see how it goes. It depending on the roles, it could be a good time. It could be entertaining. It could be enlightening. But you get these roles where sometimes you get into the shit and you can't do anything, whether it's snafu rolls or you can't get a second activation or whatever. The last time I played this, actually, it's still on the board behind me. The Germans were rolling. They had second activations, good snafu rolls, and they were rolling. And we'll see what happens today because every time, like I say, every time I'm exposed to this, I get a little more knowledge. Right. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. Let me pull out a piece of scratch paper. No, not that. That's pretty important. Let me get my pen out. Where's my good pen? Right here. All right. So what we're gonna do right now is we're starting this scenario, and we'll just go with it and see what happens. So let me get it. Let me go back to here. I want to look at I want to pull a chart down. Do they even have? Yeah, weather. Let's roll weather right here. Okay, so here comes the weather roll. Let's see what we have. Turn 1, turn weather. Turn weather. What is that? I just want to do the rolls, dude. Yeah, here's the weather roll. Here we go. And the weather is going to be, this is important. This is actually important. The reason this is important is trafficability, yeah, but visibility, okay? This is very important. Here's the weather roll. It's a 1, and this is interesting. It's rain. Okay, let me just write that down. That's not the worst thing. I really don't mind rain. The trafficability is poor, but it's 2 hexes. It's 2 hexes. When you get fog and you only have 1 hex, that means you got to be adjacent to a target to roll in barrages or engagements, or at least with rain you can be 2 hexes away, and that's actually not the worst result. Okay, and now we're gonna roll for air points, and let's go ahead and hit this roll right here. Air points for the Allies. See what they get. So they get a 6, so that's in rain. It's 1 air point with Bazooka Charlie. Okay, 1 Allied AP plus BC Bazooka Charlie. All right, cool. So, oh, excuse me, that snuck up on me. All right, so now things of note that we want to talk about. We'll move down here. That the order of battle is, you have the Germans, obviously the Americans, and then the Germans have the 21st Panzer, which is actually a reinforcement on September 18th, which is the first turn, one of 2 turns. So that's why 21st Panzer, sometimes you'll see people line this up to play it and they just forget about that. They don't even check that. So yeah, that's 21st Panzer is a first turn on this scenario reinforcement. Okay, so don't forget about that when you line this up to play. So let's get going. The Germans are first. They're first in the scenario. And this is what they're going to do. So what they're going to do is they're going to activate the 111th Panzer Brigade. And the first time I use it, I just want to make sure all their information's correct here. 111. So the HQ is fresh. We see that. They have 1 arty point. And okay, that's good. That's legit. And they have 1 arty point. Good to know. And let's go ahead and get busy here. So you have the 111th. So we're going to go ahead and activate them. I'm going to flip the headquarters over. And so now we're going to go right to Snafu, because it's a first activation. We know they can activate. We're going to go right to Snafu. So what do we have here? Let me pull down the Snafu chart. Snafu. Okay, let me move that over here. So what do we have? You have the modifiers that you have to deal with Snafu. They can be a pain in the ass, but not really right now. As the game progresses and you have units all jammed up together, sometimes it can be a hassle to figure this out. So what do we have here? Fresh marker. Yes, this unit is fresh. That's a +1. Coordination, no. Fatigue, no. Mixed formation, no. Game specific, snafu, no. Optimal. Okay, so there's we're talking optimal, you're 5 to 15 hexes away from your combat train. Okay, or read the fine print. At least 5 hexes, no more than 15 right. See, automatically applies if the combat trains are in an entry hex and the HQ is not further away than 15 hexes. That is an entry hex, and they're not far further away than 15 hexes. So they do get optimal. Ghost trains, no. Crossing the streams, no. If the MSR uses tracks, and it does not. So what you have is you got a +1 for fresh and a +2 for optimal. So to get a snafu, to get a full activation, you need a 7. So they got a +2. All they have to do with 2 dice is roll a 5. Okay, so here comes the snafu. A 5 or better gives them a full activation. Here's the roll. And they barely get a 5. There it is, as you can see. Let me see if that's coming through on the feed. Yeah, you see the 5 up there, and so plus with the 2 modifier, 1/11th gets a full activation. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out 2 objective markers right now. Let me clone this one. All right, so we have 2. I don't know where you have to place those, but I want to talk about something of note here. Notice the HQ right here. The 10 is the distance they can move. The 8 is the combat radius. Okay, this can go through enemy units, enemy zones of control, all sorts of terrain. It doesn't matter. You got to be 8 hexes away. Now you notice this isn't all of the 1/11th. There's other guys up here of the 1/11th. They are not inside the 8 hex combat radius. I think it's currently at was it 2, 4, 6, 8, 9? They're just outside of it. Okay, so what that means is that at the end of this turn, it would behoove these 3 units up here to be within the 8 hex combat radius. That's something to be cognizant of as you play with the 1/11th. All right, let's bust these guys out. Now let's play some OBJs. What do you want to do? Let's look along. Obviously, they're going to follow this road up right here. They're going to follow this up. And before we even think about this, we have to know that the enemy has screening recon units. So we're going to throw the screens on. Yeah, how do you do this? How do you put the screens on? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Show screen range. So it's 3 hexes. Now, if you notice, so you click on the unit itself. Now you notice any unit that has a screen marker within 3, a radius of emitting from the unit of 3 hexes, they're in screen. Okay, and I'm also going to throw it on for this one back here. There's one back here. Might as well have it on. Show screen range. Okay, so there you go. That's encompassing quite a distance here when you add in all 3 of those units. What does screen mean? Well, the main thing is when the enemy goes through your screen range, your screen radius, okay, you have to add 1 movement point per hex, unless the unit is in their deployed mode. Like these guys, like this 436, that's his movement mode. If you flip him over to his deployed mode, then they can ignore the screen. Okay? So I just flipped it back. They're in their movement mode. Okay? There's other things that go along with screening. But right now, for the purposes of this movement, it's just the 3 hexes. And they will be blowing through that, but it's what is this unit going to do? All right, well, what they're going to do is they're just going to blow through the screen, this top unit at least. Now, they got a full activation, which means 2 things. The first 2 things that come to my head are they get full artillery points and full movement. So this unit, he's coming out of the gate right now. 16 movement points. He's on his movement side. That right there, 2 hexes. This white road right here is a half. Okay. I think this guy's track or whatever the hell he is, tact, whatever. It's a half per. So that's 2, 3, 4, 4.5. Now he's about to go into the screen mode. So 4.5, 5 plus 1, 6, 6.5 plus 1, 7.5, 8 plus 1, 9. This is no screen right here, 9.5. And then he goes back into the screen. 10, 11, 11.5, 12.5. 13, 14, 14 and a half, 15 and a half, 16. Okay, so he gets to go right there. I'm going to go ahead and count it back again one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and a half, 5, 6, 6 and a half, 7 and a half, 8, 9, 9 and a half, 10, 11, 11 and a half, 12 and a half, 13, 14 and a half. You know what? I screwed it up again, dude. Let's just count the damn thing over again with the unit, okay? Make it easy. It's going to be whatever I count. All right, ready? We'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and a half, 5, 6, 6 and a half, 7 and a half, 8, 9, 9 and a half, 10, 11, 11 and a half, 12 and a half, 13, 14, 14 and a half, 15 and a half, 16. Okay, that's what we came up with the first time. Now, oh wait, I didn't place my objectives. Okay, let's place this shit before I forget. Yeah, they're gonna... Now keep in mind that, what do I want to say? How do I want to say this? This unit is engagement mode. He's engagement mode right now. What does that mean, John? Well, you can do 2 fire events in engagement mode, but one of the most important things about that is you do not have to have an objective marker when engaging in an engagement fire event. So what are we going to do with this guy? Ooh, well, I don't even know. I don't even know. You know what? But I am going to place him here. I am going to place him here. I'm going to place him here anyway. So they're going to double tap this character right here. Now, remember when I talked about range, fog, clear, fog, clear, rain, whatever the hell it is. When I said that, it's raining right now. Okay, it's raining right now, but because it's fog has it's the visibility is a 1 in fog. When it's rain, it's 2. So what happens here, he's moved as far as he can. He's going to do a fire event on this guy. Now, the German, notice the 4, 3, 2, 6, 16. These 2 black numerals right here, the 3 and the 2. The 2 represents its firing range, its distance. If there's no number there, it's assumed to be 1. If there is a number there, in this case 2, the unit can fire 2 hexes away. Now, also, you have to have like a line of sight, and this is what I learned like 2 days ago. This unit right here, this American unit, is sitting in a village, okay? And I was like, oh, wow, can the German unit see into that village? See the village right there? But I read the fine print, and basically what it spoke to, it made a point of the intervening terrain and the intervening hexes. That is to say, this hex right here, between these 2. That's the only thing that counts as far as visibility. Now, if I'm wrong, if I've interpreted that the wrong way, somebody who knows more than I, feel free to get in here and say, John, you got it wrong. All right. But from what I understand, they do use the term intervening hex. The terrain not in the hex where the units are, but in the terrain in between. And this one's clear. So, what do we have here? This guy's firing on this American 2nd Cav unit right here. You add up the 2 numbers because they're both AV. The first number here, the red 1, the red 4. The Americans have a 1 and a 3, the number in the middle, that's a 4. Then the Germans are just piling it on here. They got a 4 and a 3. This is a hardcore Panzer unit, and it's got some strength to it. So basically what you have here is you've got 7 minus 4 is a plus 3, okay, but also the double objective is a plus 1. All right, so that is going to be the Germans by 4. Okay, unless I roll something stupid, that unit's probably going to be dead, because notice this little 1 up here, that's the number of steps. A German unit has 4, and the number of steps for the American is 1. Also, with the American does not have a number below his 3 right here. In this engagement right here, the American can do no damage to the German, because his fire can reach 1 hex away. The German, on the other hand, can reach 2 hexes. So this is about as lopsided of a battle as you're going to get. So let's go ahead and bring a chart up right here. Engagement chart. So what you're looking at right here is the engagement table. Basically 5, 6 through 8, and a 9. Now keep in mind the modifier is a massive 4. Okay, so is the firer only using a double objective zone? Yes, he is. He's the plus 1. Plus we talked about the numbers on the units themselves. German has an advantage of 3. This is a plus 4. What about the target? Is the target in prepared defense? No. Multiple supports? No. Standoff unit? No. None of that crap. All right, so this is going to be ugly. Let's roll 2 die, and I don't think that unit's going to be around long here. Here we go, 2 die for engagement. All they have to do to kill it is get 5 out of 2 die. Here it is, engagement. They get a 10. This is a blowout without the damn thing, without the modifier. So, and what is a 10? So if you read it, it says, what is a 10? 9 or more, target, loss, and retreat. Well, we don't even have to talk about retreat, because they've got 1 step. You go to the dead zone. Send to graveyard. We'll put them there. Advance after combat. I don't think there is an advance after combat. However, if you have points left, you could move forward if you have points left. And stupid me, man, I forgot how many points I used to get there, but I've done it. Let me just do it up real quick again. God, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5, 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9, 9.5, 10, 11. It's 11 on 40, 15. 11.5, 12.5, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, I'm not even going to move him. I had enough to get there. I did it twice. I think I may have overcounted this time, but he had enough to get there. All right, so that guy's going to stay right there. The American is toast, and now we move on to another German unit. Let's move back to the pile here. See what else we want to move. So this other powerful Panzer unit is going to move out. And here he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. What are you going to do with 4.5, my friend? Yeah, what is he going to do with 4.5? He's just going to go here. 4.5, 5, 6. 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9. Okay, he's 9 to Clement right there. Now, these are tracks in here. He's getting off the main road, and the track is 1 plus the screening zone. What the hell did I have? I'm a bird brain today. I don't have it. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5, 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9. Okay, 9 to Clement. 10, 11, 12, 13 to get right there. Okay, So he's got 1 point left, and he can do a fire event going forward on the screening unit right here. All right. He's not in a double objective zone. What can we do here? It's 3-3 versus, we'll move the screen off. It's 1-4. So this is going to be a tighter battle right here. This is going to be a tighter battle. So basically you have 6 to 5. 6 to 5. The Germans have a modifier of 1. Wow. Yeah, that's all there is. They've got a modifier. They probably would have been smarter putting a double objective here. But either way, let's go for it. So it's a single fire event, and target is real AV. They got a modifier of 1. So they're going to have to roll 8 to kill him. They're going to have to roll 8 to kill him. Let's roll the engagement. They need an 8 to kill him. Ready? They get a goddamn 12. It's the best you can get. Plus 1. That unit is dead. A target, loss, and retreat. Well, we don't have to talk about retreat because he's 1 step, he's out of here. You go to the dead zone. Wow, send to the graveyard. Okay, and delete the retreat. Delete the screen. And I think this guy had 1 point left of movement. We could actually do him again. 1, 2. Yeah, I think he had 1 point. I'm going to just move him 1. And what to do here? I wish I could move him 2. We'll move him back down. Actually, he can't move back down because the screen plus the 1 for mix, it would be 2. You know what? He's going to stay right there. He's going to stay right there. Okay, fantastic. Let's move another unit. So they've killed. Let's look at the American graveyard. Yeah, these 2 guys right here. MIA, man. They're dead. KIA, actually. All right, let's bring another unit out for the Germans here. And they only have 1 more unit here from this batch. Remember, they got this batch of 3 right here that everybody forgets about. So they're going to go ahead and move this Pioneer. He's probably not going to attack anybody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because he's in the screen. 8.5, 9.5. He stays right there. That's as far as he goes. Yeah, and then now it's like, dude, do you want to move your headquarters? Actually, I'm going to save the headquarters for last, and I'm going to go up and move these guys right here. And we're going to go ahead and move this Stube right here. Now, what he's going to do, I think he's going to try to do what we call headquarters jumping, to jump this cav right here. I might have to hit the rule book when I get up there. But he's got 14 movement points. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9, 9.5, 10.5, 11, 12. So that's 12. I'm writing this down so I don't forget it. He's 12. Used 12 movement points to get right there. And then what he's going to do, he's going to jump on top of this headquarters. 12. So that's 12.5, 13.5. So he's done what is known as jumping the headquarters. I'm going to give this a quick look. I know it involves moving the American headquarters. Let me give this a quick look-see. F, G. Jumping the HQ 4.7. 4 point. Let's kick it to 4.7 and see what's involved in here. Well, I know most of what's involved, but jumping HQs. Okay. Tail retreats, blah, 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 blah. Unprepared units, retreating units with screens, starting, cannot jump it. Okay, HQ retreats. Do these things to retreat following a jump. Retreat to HQ at least 3 hexes. Okay, flip combat trains to ghost and remove the HQ's prepared defense. That doesn't exist. Apply a coordination marker. Okay, so he's got to move at least 3 hexes. That's important. So what do you do with this American second cav? We got to flip it. We know we got to flip him to ghost trains. I'm going to put him right in here with this unit right here. Okay, and we got to apply a coordination. Let's get a marker for that. No, not what I'm looking for right here. Let's get a coordination marker, right? Markers, coordination, bingo, get rid of that. Okay, this dude's got coordination right there. That's like a snafu DRM for the Americans. Okay, and this guy right here, he stopped. He did what he had to do. He got them to move there. Again, let's go over. Flip the combat trains to ghost. That's done. Yeah. Remove HQ's prepared defense. The word apply a coordination. Retreat does not. Okay, blah, 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 blah. All right, solid. Let's move some more German units, right? Yeah, why not? All right, so now actually what I'm going to do is something I forgot to do. No, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I was going to say I wanted that Stug to go into support, but it's too late. I already moved them, so it is what it is. All right. Anyways, let's go back. So the video's 31 minutes long, all right? So we're just going to move these guys up. I'll move this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1 is 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9. And that's where he's going to stay right there. And then this guy's going to come up right behind him. He's going to actually stay right there, just to block a road. Notice how we have this American unit right here. Okay, he's blocked on these 2 roads to come out. All right, so now we've moved all 3 of these guys from the 111th. Now we're going to move our headquarters. So what you're looking for at this point, you don't want your headquarters to be more than 15 hexes from your trains. And you would like to have all of these units from the 111th Panzer within 8 hexes of your headquarters. Let's go ahead and move them up. And he's got 10 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to get to Clement. Is everything within 8 hexes of you? Let's look. 2, 4, 6, 7. The Stug is. So this guy definitely is. 2, 4. Okay, so all of the units of the 111th are in range of the HQ. That's good. And now how many hexes are we away from the combat trains? We don't want to be. We want to be between 5 and 15. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's 12 hexes, so that's good. Okay, so now everything is moved from the 111th Panzer. Now here, before we do anything, we got to do a fatigue roll. Very important. Fatigue roll, very important to see if we've accumulated any more. To see if we have accumulated any more fatigue, right? Let's do it. All right, so let me get the fatigue chart up here. Fatigue, fat increase table. Okay, so what have we done? We've laid out OBJs. We've done engagements. So if we roll a 1 or a 2, our fatigue's going to go up. We don't want that to happen, but it does happen because this unit is fresh. You want to keep that freshness. All right, so fatigue, here it is. Don't roll a 1 or a 2. That's the idea. Fatigue roll. They roll a 5, they're good. Now we're going to try for second activation. Now keep in mind, I'm gearing this to people like myself who have very limited experience, don't really know what's going on here, people who want to learn anything about this, whatever. So this unit right here, so the headquarters, and notice got the 5 die. So because it's a 5 or a 6, but because they managed to retain their fresh marker, their freshness, and where is that? Right here on the mat. They're still fresh because they passed their fatigue roll. So that means they can go 1 less. So in what that means is a 4, 5, or 6 roll means they get a second activation. This is huge. All right, second activation, 4, 5, or 6. They get a 6. They're going to get a second activation. So the Germans are in a damn good position right here. A damn good position. Second activation, everybody's in command radius. This is great. The problem that I have is, as far as with my limited knowledge of this game, once my units start getting into Luneville, that's when things get difficult for me and I start not knowing what to do. But anyways, so what are we going to do right here? What in the hell are we going to do? I think this, okay, let's activate this Panzer unit right here. So what he's going to do, well, what you do right now, we got to do our snafu. That's what we got to do. I almost forgot. All the time I almost forget. So again, snafu roll, get the chart up here. Now that 4 doesn't count. I haven't even decided what the hell. I want the chart. That 4 is definitely, we're not prepared yet. We haven't even done our modifiers. Snafu roll. So the modifiers, let's look. Are we fresh? Yes. Are we optimal? Yes. That's +2. Coordination? No. Fatigue? No. Mix? No. Game specific? No. Ghost trains? Not yet. Crossing streams? No, we're not crossing streams. Not yet. So it's going to be a +2, and we got to get a 7, so we need a 5. All right, here goes the snafu roll. Here it is. This is the official roll right here. We need a 5 or better to get what, John? We need to get full. Here we go. So they get the 5, okay, and that's with the 2 modifier gives them a 7. They barely get a full activation. Where are we going to put the OBJs at? Well, this is where my limited knowledge of the game kind of screws me up. But what I'm going to do right here is I am going to put both of these on him as well. We're going to do both of them. Right here, my man. We're going to double tap you right there. Whatever's under that second tab, we're going to hit them hard. Okay, so what are we going to do? Now now that we've finally got snafu done, we're going to go ahead and kick it to this guy right here. Oh, by the way, we're going to get rid of all the marked moves because it's a new activation right here. I think the Germans are going to lay waste to some of these units here. Let's get the mark moved. Where do I hit that? Is there a mark? Yeah, there it is. Bam. All right, nobody's moved. Second activation. Here we go. We're gonna flip this character right here. We're definitely gonna flip him. Yeah, let's flip him. He goes to his powerful side. Now, keep in mind, he's down the 4 movement points, and just barely he's not in a screening zone. So here we go. Half, 1, half, 2, half. So he's 2.5. Let me write that down. 2.5 used out of 4, and this is going to be crazy right here. I'm going to put this guy right here on the coordination for right now. But we know he's in this hex. And this unit is going to do, I think we're going to do an engagement on him. Why not? Because what we're looking at is 8 to 5. Now, to the best of my knowledge, the terrain does not affect this engagement right here, to the best of my knowledge. I could be wrong. But I don't know that. Last time I was playing somebody, we had one of these go down in Luneville, and it was like, nah, the terrain doesn't affect it. All right, and okay, cool. So I'll go with that. Feel free to correct me, any of you brainiacs that are sitting in the peanut gallery who know BCS in and out. Go ahead and do that. So anyways, what we have right here is we've got, this should be a blowout. We have 8 against 5 plus 2 OBJs, so that's a +4. And that unit only has 1 step. So it's a +4 in a first fire event engagement. This could get ugly. Let's see what happens. And what the firer has double objective zone. Yeah. Limited AV. No. Now the target. Our prepared defense. No. Multiple supports. Not that I know of. Standoff. No. Let's roll. 2 dice plus a +4. Here we go. Engagement. They get an 8. They only needed 1, and they've got 4. So target, loss, and retreat. Again, no retreat is needed because he's going to the graveyard. Now, keep in mind, this unit has 1.5 movement points left. And first of all, we got to do, and he's going to move right here. That leaves him with 2 movement points, but that's also where the headquarters was at. Now, what I'm about to do is probably wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to assume that that is another HQ jump. And we're going to, he's going to move out 3 hexes again. Let's do that. It's probably wrong, but let's go with it. Yeah, that was 3, so I'll have 1 movement point left. Alright, so he's going to move 3 hexes. See, and what the hell is he? Second cav? Oh my god. I'm going to put him up here. We'll put him right there. And then here's your coordination marker, by the way. And then I am not going to move him. I'm not going to move him. I don't want to jump those combat trains. I don't know why I don't want to jump those combat trains, but I'm just not going to do it. And we'll see what the hell we can do with the rest of the units. Alright. Now, the other thing is, right, when I'm right here and I still have 1 movement point left, I do have a second fire event. And I'm sure I'd like to attack this guy, but what we have here is we have intervening terrain with these woods right here. I'm assuming that this unit cannot see this guy right here because of these the intervening terrain, the woods right here. So I'm not gonna do anything, and maybe I should, but I'm not gonna do anything. Let's move all these other characters up. So we're going to, why don't we blast this screen right here? Let's see if he can do it. We're gonna activate him. He would be 1, 2, 3, 4, but he wouldn't be, so he's gonna have to stay what he is. He can't move to combat mode. He's going to stay in movement mode. And let's move him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so he still has 7 of his movement points left. Wow, that's amazing. Now this will be a tighter battle. He's going to use a fire event on this screen. Guy right here. And the Germans are getting really great rolls, by the way. So what do we have here? We have a 1 and a 4 is a 5. 3 and a 3 is a 6. Again, I should have used my double objective zone maybe over here, but it is what it is. So the Germans have a +1 on this. Last time they were in this situation, they had a really good roll. But let's see what happens. Who cares? So it's going to be a +1 on the engagement. And maybe he might get 2 chances to attack him. Who the hell knows? I don't know. Let's see what happens. So here's your engagement. They're a +1. So if they roll an 8 or better, he's a dead man. All right, ready? Engagement. 8 or better kills him. He gets a 10. The Germans continue to have amazing rolls. Damn. All right, we'll delete that. And this guy goes, he's a one-stepper. He goes to the damn sent to graveyard. Now, keep in mind, this unit has 7 movement points left. So what are they going to do? Everything's going the Germans' way right now. They're just rolling. They're rolling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's actually going to go down. 7. By the way, I'm going to go flip their headquarters because this is their second activation. Wait a minute, where is it? Flip him. He's going to enter done mode because he's done activating this turn. Okay, cool. Let's move some other guys. This Pioneer guy is going to move 10. But actually, we're going to move these guys first. I want to get these guys into the city right here. Something's telling me to get them into the city. They get to move 10, and that's going to be a lot of moves. As a matter of fact, they may flip. 1, 2. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's flip them. Let's flip them. Maybe not this guy, but definitely him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that leaves me now I'm thinking about the thought that just run through my head right now is they can't enter Luneville because they didn't put an objective marker on it. But I had one right here, and that counts 2 hexes. So theoretically, they should be able to move into Luneville. Okay, they didn't put it directly on it, but there's one right here within 2 hexes. So let's roll him again. I think he was right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one right here can't quite get in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the Stug. I don't want to place him on top of any of these units. Actually, right now, I wish he was in support, but he's not. Maybe the beginning of the next turn, if this unit doesn't get called out of here. Damn, I haven't even moved him this. Yeah, let's go ahead and flip. What happens if I flip him over? Support. Nah. We'll go back. Flip. Let's just do this. 1, 2. Let's put him up here for 3. Yeah. All right, so that's what I'm doing. And then what do we have down here? Do we have any? We got this Pioneer unit. I'm going to flip him. Flip. 1, 2. I'm just going to leave him right there. Now, you want to move your headquarters and your combat train. The headquarters, are these all my units right here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him, what, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to move him right up here. Bam. And then I'm going to have to move my combat trains up to, because they're past 15 right now. So I'm going to have to move my combat trains to, how about like right over, I'm going to put them right here for now. And we're going to ghost him. All right. And now that I'm done with my turn, what a successful turn. How many guys did they kill? How many allied units have been destroyed? 4. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, anyways, quit screwing around with that. So we moved our combat trains. Now we got to roll for fatigue. And this unit, or the 113th, one of them is going to be pulled out prior to the last turn, which is next turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's roll for fatigue. Let's get the chart up. Fatigue. Fat increase table. So don't roll a 1 or a 2 here. All right, here's the roll. They roll a 5. So their freshness status is intact. I'm sure this unit could have done a lot more damage over here. I'm sure they could have done a lot more damage. Let's clean these guys out. Delete. And that is going to be... how long is this video, man? Is that really 51 minutes? Is that really 51 minutes? I think we'll do a thing with the Americans, because whatever they do, it ain't going to be long. Yeah, whatever the Americans do, it's not going to be long. What to do here? What to do here? What to do here? What unit to move right here? I think it would be wise for the Americans to do the CCR4. Now here's a problem with the Americans. Here's a problem right here. They only have 3 units, okay? The problem with, let's talk about the second cab. The second cab is almost completely dead. They have 1 unit left, way the hell over here, right here. This is a decent unit, okay, but he is way the hell away from his support. He does have 4 steps, but he's the only unit left from second cab. Am I correct about that? That's really not going to help with the Germans in Luneville. Now, the other problem is, here is a problem. So your other 2 are CCA4, okay? You have to roll for a second activation. And CCR, again, you have to roll for a second activation. And one of them's better than the other. Am I correct about that? Yeah, because one, you need a 3, 4, 5, or a 6. These guys up here. But these guys, you need a 4, 5, or a 6. So they will both help you, but one of them has better odds to even be activated. One's 50-50 that you won't even get to activate. So in this situation, what do you do? That's a pretty good unit right there. That armored unit is pretty good. What do you do in this situation? I think it would be wise to activate these guys because they have a better shot of activating. If they roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6, they activate. A 1 or a 2, it goes back to the Germans. So let's go ahead and activate them. So he's going to flip. He's going to enter done mode. And he needs a 3, 4, 5, or a 6 for a second activation. Here you go. Where do I need to be? Second activate. Wait a minute. Second activation roll. All right, here we go. He needs a 3, 4, 5, or a 6. He gets a 2. The Americans don't even get to activate, and that was their best hope to activate. Now, if his unit was fresh, he would go down 1 and the 2 would activate him. See what I'm saying? So they did the best that they could. They went with the unit with the best odds of activating, and that unit is done for the turn. They can't even activate because they rolled a 2. A 1 or a 2, they're not activated. It goes back over to the Germans. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to end this right now. We've basically done 1 unit for the Germans and 1 unit for the Americans, and the Americans just couldn't even activate, and the 111th Panzer Brigade just ripped them a new a-hole, and they probably could have done more shit to them, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and end this right here, right now, and go have some lunch. And hey, hope somebody out there learned something about BCS. If it was only one little minute little rule, or please tell me, you brainiacs out there, BCS guys who know every little thing like the back of your hand, tell me how I screwed up. All right, what violations of the rules have I done? All right, I'm John. I'm out. I will see you guys next time. We'll probably do another couple of activations this weekend. All right, I'm out. Ciao. Bye-bye.